Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. You're far too kind. You're far too kind, man. Come on, man. Let's get the procedures proceed this evening. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Y'all know it's your boy Infamous Reacts. Hey, y'all know most on this channel, I talk about hip hop topics and what's going on. But this is overall I cover all music. So today we're gonna get into their business. Let's get into pop land. Let's get into pop land. Today we have a story that has been under wraps. It's been quiet. People have been mums the word about it, and it is for a very important reason. Now follow me and catch where I'm going with this. Ed Sheeran has went independent. After 15 years of being on Warner Records, he has went independent. Now, this is a major deal. This is a major win for him, a major L for the record business as a whole. Okay? Someone like Ed Sheeran, someone like the Beatles, someone like Madonna, someone like the greatest of you can think of on record labels, right? These guys get into lifetime deals where you normally never see an act like that from the pop side. They don't switch labels. They don't switch teams. They stay there. Most of the time, in any record label, these guys deals is so lopsided that it takes them forever to even be in on the green. So they stay paying back, and which have to make them keep getting out there and getting to the money. But for someone to be able to make himself whole and get out of his deal and still be young enough and still have the celeb and still have the fan base to actually go out here and make that money times three, that is to be applauded. This 15 years this man has been on his record label and he is independent. No record label, no major record label ever wants to see the biggest star go independent. That is just unheard of. So this man has figured it out and he has got it. Now let me tell you why it's been so quiet. This is the equivalent of, this is how to break it down in a quick nutshell of how the record label actually operates, right? You have the biggest stars on the label who are going to sell and bring money in to the label. The money that they generate off the biggest stars helps them to be able to play with the money to just invest in some of the smaller acts to keep them going. So without the bigger acts on your label, you're going to start to see a whole lot of cuts. It's going to start seeing people getting dropped. Because if I invested this amount of money in this, and that means it's bringing me some dividends, I got enough money to play around with. I got some play money. When that leaves, I got to start holding tight and stacking my chips. I don't have a million here, million there to throw away on the artist who may be something. I just lost my for sure shot cash cow. So this is about to get, this is why it's been so quiet. They don't want none of you to ever get that idea to think that you can leave and do that. They will never even leave you. You see how Kendrick left TDE, but the parent company is still there. He is still with the parent company. You see how Drake even sued his record label, and they're still willing to work with him and put his album out. You cannot afford to lose the biggest artist that you have on your label. That is a quick way to turn the lights out at any label, okay? So let's get into some of his stats. After 15 years, this man has sold 170 million albums. In the streaming era, this man has 126 billion streams, 38 billion YouTube views. Those type of numbers you can never afford to lose. That's the type of shit that get execs thrown out of the window. That is crazy. I don't know what was going on with the deal or what terms they could not meet to keep him there, but you don't ever hear nothing like that. Now that is going to cause a lot of turmoil in Warner Records because that right there just can't walk out the door. So along with that, he had one of the highest grossing tours of all the pop stars. So you lose him, you lose the tour money too, the merch, the seats, the venues, he's gone. Bro, That's some shit you don't recover from. So that is why the story is being so muted that you don't hear anything about it. They don't want to talk about this L. It's like it's been erased. They don't want to talk about it. But when it's a good lesson, when he showed them, when you learn your business, you can grow your business while keeping relationships, by keeping contacts. When you move on, the label might not have nothing to do with you, but those contacts and stuff you made, they still want to make money with you because they know you are an earner, a cash cow. So long as you keep your relationships tight, you will always have people that will work with you. And that's what he showed them. And that's what I tell you young artists. Hey, keep your relationships and learn the business of music. Because if you learn your business, you can grow your business to the point where you don't need nobody. To keep it real in this day and time, do none of you guys need major record labels. There ain't nobody. The radio, let them tell you that the radio is at an all-time high. The radio is down. Okay, nobody's paying promotional dollars to go and put their song on the radio if just because that costs money to get that music played. And you don't have to do it. You have all these tools out here where you don't have to play the radio game. You don't have to play the interview game if you don't want to. All you have to do is go about the music business as a business. You don't have to play none of those games. It's guys who are making millions of dollars that you might not know, but they have a loyal fan base who knows them very well and knows their product. And it's all about the way you move about your business. Okay? That's one thing. Okay? Now let me show you how this hurts. I'm gonna just give you a list of the 2026 Warner Music roster. Okay? You might know these names, you might not. You got Almeida, AZ Chike, Anna Marie, Benson Boone, and Billy Strings. Now I know you say, hold on, Infamous. It gotta be some names up there that we know now. Don't just give us that. Okay, I'll give you some more. You might know these. Green Day, Honey Baby, Justin Sky, Linkin Park. In 2026, ain't none of those motherfuckers selling records. None of those. None of those together will equal 1 billion streams. Let alone this man has sold 170 million albums, 126 billion streams. They're in fucking turmoil over there. There is no more Warner. Y'all better wake up. You let that walk out the door and ain't nothing on that roster selling no records. And that's why they're not talking about it. But no, I'm doing my homework. The same way, y'all come over here to the hip hop side, and I gotta get in theirs and see what they going on. I'm gonna tell it all. Now that's what's going on with Warner Music right now. So when you hear it being real quiet, ain't no releases on Fridays coming out worth a damn that have Warner Music attached to them. They're in turmoil, and the ship is crashing. The ship is crumbling. You heard it here first. Infamous Reacts, baby.